be doctors, not do medicine. Exactly. So, and this guy, biology, that's the only thing that this guy used to study for. But this guy is so talented in sports, so he could do athletics and prosper greatly. But because of that tunnel vision for, I want to be this, and it's the profession that you're attaching to your identity completely. You know, eventually the guy gets into uni, you're 600 people, you have cadavers, and you're like, you puke day 1, day 2, day 3. You're like, this is not for me. What do you want to be when you grow up? Why is it that we attach profession to our identities? Like as kids, why is it that I want to grow up to be a good person? I want to grow up to be a good father. I want to grow up to be a good husband or things. Why is it that we attach our identities to professions? And does that inadvertently make it makes us so prone now to this quarter life crisis that she spoke of? Because you see now you get, like you always knew that I'm going to be a pilot. It's 23, you don't have your CPL.
Yeah.
You know, KQ is retrenching pilots. You're not even sure what you want to do. You're not good at physics. So what exactly is your life coming to?
I keep on saying the biggest part about being woke is not knowing what to do. Like when she was asking the question, like, why? What's the purpose of this? Why is this happening? What am I supposed to do? When they ask you what do you want to be, it's to create that finality in the human being's mind that, okay, now this is something I need to achieve. Hello, it's us.
I'll sit to it.
Again, I'd like to say it's a different day, but well, it is for you. So, hi, happy
Tuesday.
2 weeks. Happy Tuesday.
I'm ready for Tuesday.
Different Monica in this one?
No, same.
So yes, we can have Sultan
Yusuf
featuring
Sultan Yusuf
featuring Kori, Konene featuring Owen, and here, just as our baby said, it's a crescendo. So, yeah.
Or as the Meru said, Crescendo.
Okay.
It's not even close, but yeah.
Just tell us. Please tell us how you wanted to say it. It's okay.
Next time.
This is the next time.
Offline.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So I believe
we left it on a cliffhanger.
Yes.
Where she asked whether some part of us has to die for us to start living.
Yeah.
So I want to.
Before that one, you also had a question.
Yeah. So let's found it. There's something she said about
I like how you layered it.
when you're a kid, you're asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? Why is it that we attach profession to our identities? Like as kids, why is it that I want to grow up to be a good person? I want to grow up to be a good father. I want to grow up to be a good husband or things. Why is it that we attach our identities to professions? And does that inadvertently make it so much, it makes us so prone now to this quarter life crisis that she spoke of? Because you see now you get, like you always knew that I'm going to be a pilot. It's 23, you don't have your CPL.
Yeah.
You know, KQ is retrenching pilots. You're not even sure what you want to do. You're not good at physics. So what exactly is your life coming to? You know?
Interesting.
Allow me to say something. Because I've been thinking about that question for a while. As a child, I think asking that question is important because we are taught how to be kind, we're taught how to be good, but what else do I have to aspire to? Like, why is school important? Why have I been in school for the last, 18 years? Because that's what you're supposed to do as a child. If I didn't have that, I would lose meaning. If I didn't have like a thing I'm working towards, if I'm not working to be a lawyer, if I don't have a profession attached to it, because the idea is we all have to be a cog in the wheel.
No, true.
We have a role to play in society, and it is assigned in occupation. You have to have a job. You have to have function. If I didn't have that, I could be very much disconnected from society. And I think so. If you don't have a job, if you don't have something, a role you're playing in society, you're not part of the community. You want to refute?
No. Oh, I agree with. But that's what you do.
That's what I'm as a child. I'm
aspiring to do. But see, the question is framed as, what do you want to be? So you're attaching the profession to your identity.
I perfectly
Because
understood
what do you
your
want to
question,
do
yeah.
when you grow up? I want to be a pilot. I want to get into aviation and stuff like that. What do you want to be is an entirely different thing.
Why are they different? Why is my be and do different?
Because it forms a part of you. You see, when how I see it is, when you're a kid, you'll wire your entire existence to it. You'll wire everything about yourself and whatever it is that you want to do. Like you've spoken to. Why am I going to school? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? And stuff like that. And you see, it can form some sort of like tunnel vision. In the sense that I've had friends, and especially in high school, who they really wanted to be doctors, not do medicine. Exactly. So, and this guy, biology, that's the only thing that this guy used to study for. But this guy is so talented in sports, you know, so he could do athletics and prosper greatly. But because of that tunnel vision for, I want to be this, and it's the profession that you're attaching to your identity completely. So then, you know, eventually the guy gets into uni, you're 600 people, you have cadavers, and you're like, you puke day 1, day 2, day 3. You're like, this is not for me. So you're 19, you're 20. What next? You know.
Quick question. Let me throw a spanner in the works. Which one comes first, to do or to be?
Okay.
Be. Then you do what you want to be. I think
I can do many things, but I'm not sure if I can be
many things.
Yeah.
You can.
That's a
The same question.
You can
even
do
with
many
his
things,
friend.
but you cannot be many things.
You can.
Are you able to be a doctor who's also playing?
No, my
rugby
concern
in the
is
national-
you
is
can.
attaching the profession
Okay.
to the person.
This is me realizing then my childhood was different. Because when I was asked, what do you want to be? I'd say what I want to be because it was the normal answer everybody would say. So I'd say, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a lawyer. But I actually had an actualization of what I wanted to do. And it didn't really care what it was. I just knew at some point I wanted to create good wealth. That's all. So whether I became a teacher, whether I became the doctor that I wanted to be, whether at some point it went to being a nurse, I was okay with it as long as the goal was to create wealth.
And that's
the
something you
difference.
knew as a child.
That's something I knew. It was just an
So
answer
what you
so
want
that
to do
people are
infers who you want to
impressed
be.
with the answer you get. But it wasn't really what I resonated with. I'd say doctor for the longest time, but honestly, every time I saw blood, I fainted. So I knew definitely I'm not going to be a doctor. But when the uncle asks,
You're ready.
when the uncle asks,
You had an answer.
yeah, I had an answer to make them impressed, just to get them off my back. That's it. It really didn't have to be. That's actually what I wanted to do. In fact, after I finished high school, my mom was like, you remember you wanted to be a doctor? And I hadn't passed, of course. And she was like, do we start as a diploma? Maybe become a medical officer and all that. And I already knew what I wanted to do by then. So I was like, nah, me, I'm heading this other direction. Yo ni yako. Yo ni politics yako. Me stuck yo. Let's do this other thing. Even after campus, I still didn't do what I did in campus. Like, I never got an actual career from it, but it gave me a bit of teachings of what I use now. So I don't feel like I regret it, but you can tell from my parents, the way they were wired to think whatever you do from the word go is what you need to be, is how they are.
true, yeah.
But for me, I'm satisfied because it gave me a foundation of what I am right now. I don't feel like I wasted my studies. I don't feel like I wasted my years. I feel like every day lives for itself. So it doesn't matter what I have planned in the next 20 years. What I do now is what matters. I think that's how now the difference is.
Wow. Yeah.
Tumeanza na moto. God.
Love it. So let me pick Haspana up first. She asked which one comes first. You're about to be pissed. I think it's a continuous evolution of both of them at whatever point in life. For example, let me use Sultan. You're a writer, you're a consultant, you're a photographer. That's what you do.
Shit. So serious.
Serious.
amongst many other things. What to be, like you keep on saying, you had a quarter life crisis. Who you were today is not who you are tomorrow. Who you are tomorrow is not who you're going to be in 2 years. It's an evolution, which is why I love, like I keep on saying, yin and yang. Life is continuous. So now back to his question, which is what I'll mesh together. Why
With another topic as well.
Why I've said what I've said. One, remember four, 5 things. I hope I'll remember all of them. One, remember when our parents asked what we want to be, I'm guessing our parents being Generation X going back, baby boomers going back. Yes,
Yeah.
baby boomers Generation X. Yes, I confuse them. Millennials, why baby boomers, or baby boomers are our grandparents. I confuse the two.
Those
They are grandparents.
So X going back, at
Yeah.
the very least.
Yeah.
Remember, one, for most, English was a second language. So the specificity that you're currently bringing of what you want to do and what you want to do wasn't always there. That's the first thing we need to give credit.
Context.
And a lot of how we put context and the specificity into how we speak about things right now has come with the, say, loose freedom that Gen Z has. Like, who am I? Am I a he? Am I a she? Am I a they? Am I a them? Am I a desk? Am I a car? There's a certain specificity that wasn't there before, even in the English language, that is a whole lot, that there is a complexity about it currently.
True.
That's one. Two, remember, like she said, why she went to school for 18 years. Remember, 3/4 of your life is defined by what you do. In that, why the amount of time you spend when you wake up, the amount of time of your days, the number of years you spend working. You go to school. The idea of school is just gaining an education, but to make it worthwhile, we introduce exams and competition, so that now we sift out people, so that we can have academia or academics, and then to the best professions. Remember, again, that generation that kept on asking that question looked at it from the point of view that once you had a white collar job, you were set for life. So you could get the money to be able to do what you want. No one cares what you're doing with your time, provided you've set. Now, how the human brain is wired, from my understanding, is, and this is what creates crisis and chaos. I keep on saying the biggest part about being woke is not knowing what to do. Like when she was asking the question, like, why? What's the purpose of this? Why is this happening? What am I supposed to do? When they ask you what do you want to be, it's to create that finality in the human being's mind that, okay, now this is something I need to achieve. Otherwise, you'll just continuously be in that state of water. It's like a dance. So you need to bring that. Remember, this is a child that you're trying to train.
True.
So how are you explaining crises to children that even you as an adult don't understand? So I'm guessing that's where the simplicity of the question came. So it's, what do you want to do? Like, what is your purpose in life? And for a very long time, human beings align that to what you do, which isn't necessarily wrong, because you spend 8 hours of your day going to work, spend 18
40
years,
hours of your week.
40 hours of your week. Now, let me not speak about where I was working. Yeah. The 80 to 100 hours weren't funny, but you understand that
But
that's
yours was 80 hours,
Yeah.
man. God damn.
it's insane. It's insane.
I'll go home, then I'll come back in the office and I'll find him.
And he's still
Na
working.
nimelala, eh.
And HR has nothing to say.
Did
It's
you
like,
have a
this is
shower there? Because that's my only problem.
Zi, unaenda home, unapiga shower,
Unarudi.
unadoze 3 hours, unarudi.
Wait, were you understaffed? Is that the norm in your field? Is it?
Question for another day. Very beautiful question.
No. We can break it down very simply. Consultants are paid based on the time.
Yes.
And in the spirit of business, you don't want to pay this guy a dubious amount of money. So what you'll find is you'll give this guy a deadline. So I need this to be done by this day. So the client will dictate, and I need it by next week, Tuesday. So you have a hard stop, and you see there's internal processes. There are approvals, there are reviews that need to be done. You need to give space for them. So you find yourself, okay, so I'm supposed to deliver this document by Tuesday. I'll work on Saturday and Sunday and Monday, leave it for review. Then by Tuesday, we give it to the
plan.
So that's why you find, some assignments you have 10,000 rows of data that you have to analyze in one Excel sheet. There's like 5 Excel sheets. So you have to like sift through all that data. You have to analyze it and stuff like that. So that takes time. That's unfortunate bit. So you find yourself working 16 hours of your day.
But it is in being aligned with being understaffed, because you see, the idea is if you properly staff, the faster you do it, the go. So again, efficiency. Yes.
Yeah, it's
understaffing
sort of
was a huge
it's a big
part of
thing.
it.
Yeah.
And they don't want to pay more people because then there's less money.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the impetus is now on the people who are looking for the business to bargain for bigger amounts.
Yeah.
Because you see now, if you say I want 50 million for this job, then you can pay people 20 and you keep the 30. But now, because you don't want to lose that work, you say, fine, I'll do 30. Then now, yeah. So
It's for you to do magic and just make
exactly,
sure.
exactly. That's the
Beautiful.
unfortunate bit.
Yeah, beautiful.
But it's for you to just be a magician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically that's what happens with that question.
Wait, you can add that to your CV, by the way.
What?
Magician. You did that. You did that for quite a while.
Should bring her again.
Yeah. And again,
Yeah.
do you want to be part of the group?
Fun favorite.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, I guess that's why that question is like that. So for me, it's never been, because like as I finish, as we segue into what this was about, but this does touch on
It does.
Pretty much.
on that as well. I used to always answer the question in twofold. I wanted to be two things. One, I always, when I answered the question, I said I wanted to be a doctor and I wanted to be a billionaire. One has stayed. The other one, again, well, I'm a doctor of
You're
the
a
mind and
billionaire.
spirit. One has stayed. I still want to become a billionaire.
Oh,
It depends
you're
on
not
what
yet a
currency.
billionaire?
Maybe in the Zambian currency, probably, but not in
Zimbabwe.
No, Zambia is actually
Zimbabwe,
higher.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Zambia
kwacha-
shilling is
the kwacha is doing well.
Zambia kwacha is higher than Kenya shilling.
Zim. Yeah, I've even forgotten what the currency is called.
They are now using dollars.
Yeah, they do.
So like any super
Yeah,
hyperinflationary,
walikunywa maji tu.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was that. So medicine was, because I was very sickly as a child. So for me, it was what I wanted to do. It was giving back. It was purpose, part of the purpose. What I wanted to be was a billionaire so that I can do whatever else I wanted to feel like doing. So mine was always loaded. Like the way similar to how I give answers.
Yeah.
So I guess it goes to interpretation, but I'm just trying to understand why the question was that simple. Phrased in that
And
way.
why it continues to be that simple.
Why it continues to be that simple. Because if you look at Gen Zs, I don't think a lot of the now new parents ask the kids what they want to be. They ask, what person are you trying to become? So you see, there's a lot of that.
It's
So
more about
you need to understand the changes.
trying to
changes in
block the
times
trauma, trying to block this, trying to block that.
and all of that. But before, having a job or having a white collar job allowed you to do whatever you wanted. That's why what you were being was really, really.
What's the first one going to be called? Do you guys have names already?
So
You
new,
know,
just in case you haven't had
You
this.
are my community. You're the ones who are planning this child. I'm guessing you guys have everything
They
planned.
thought about the name as
Yeah.
well.
No, we've not thought about that. That's not our duty.
Since you're planning for this child and I'm the medium of carrying it,
The medium of transportation.
yeah.
You can digress, deflect, Konene. You're
But
not
you
just
still need to answer the
you're engaged
question.
in the acts to bring this child.
I don't
Please.
know.
What is the child's name?
I don't know.
Okay.
The child's name is I don't know.
Oh yeah, since Elon Musk did whatever he did, so
Yeah. IDK.
IDK. Interesting. And you see, it's gender. It's not gender
Bombastic
sensitive.
side eye.
She wants to fight me.
So interesting.
Can I
Would
say
you-
something though?
By all
Yeah.
means.
I think you still are a doctor. I mean, the podcast is meant to do that, right? What does a doctor do? They don't have to have medicine. They don't have to have the tools for that, but you can still serve that purpose. It
I
sounds
am.
like.
I actually
Can I
said I
add
was a doctor of
something?
spirit, and they
Can I
missed
add
it.
something?
So,
He
yeah.
actually does make you okay. I think I spoke of it before. There's a time I called him arguing about a certain story. And in my head, I thought this man is going to be like, hey, hajafanya poa, like on my side. And then he's like, do you think you're deflecting from the actual issue? Is it a hatred within you, or is it the person? Like, he makes you think deeper into the problem. To the point you're like, am I ready for therapy? Am I nikate to isimu? Because this is therapy.
And that's what he does.
He does, without even knowing he does.
Not necessarily.
He does.
I'll always ask the question, do you want me to listen or do you want me to say something? And I'll always ask everyone that question.
I don't think...
I mean, to say something, do you want me to affirm or do you want me to advise?
Yes.
I don't think there's any time you argue with someone or you want to like talk to someone about a problem and you don't want them to give any answer.
That's different.
You see, Konene.
Mimi nikikurantia 10 minutes alafu uko like, okay, sorry babe. Bro, toa yako pia wewe. That is not enough. That is okay, sorry babe. That's all you're gonna give me. Give me more.
I know for me my biggest struggle and the ladies I have at least come into contact with in that friends, family always tell me I'll not do that. I don't know what it is in English, but I used to think this is what gaslighting was. So gaslight that other character, where I'll be like, he's a fool. He should have done this. I'll listen and I'll empathize with you, but I don't have the same feeling you're feeling. So I'll not be that, you should walk away. You should, no, life is beyond this emotion. So I'll listen, I'll cuddle you, I'll cuddle you. If you want advice, I'll give you advice.
Please.
You want someone to be as angry as...
Argue with me. This thing of woke niggas nowadays, I am arguing and he's over there. He's like, babe, I hear I'm going to change. That's it.
No, I need you to justify why were you doing it.
Give me more. And the calmness even makes me more mad because why are you so calm?
You can't. If it was to be reasonable,
I need you to reciprocate the energy.
You see, the thing is, if I'm to reason at that point, it'd be a conversation and not a fight.
Yeah.
The fact that it's a fight, there's no reasoning there. Reasoning is out of the window. So all I can do is just sit down and listen to you.
Have you ever seen that meme of somebody who actually called to argue with the customer care? And the customer care was actually she was like, okay, madam, I hear you. That's very wrong of us. We're going to give you a voucher, blah, blah, blah. And then she went quiet and she was like, and the customer care was like, okay, did you want to argue? Let me give it to you. So the girl came out satisfied because now the customer care realized this girl needed a bit, like she was ready with some points for arguments.
Yeah.
So her being subtle at the moment didn't help because she went with her frustration. But now that she was able to remove it, they even finished and they were in good terms. She was like, oh, thank you for that. She was like, okay, we'll still do the fast thing, but good. I'm happy it's all out. That's the same thing. There's some of us
looking at me.
I think for me it's a trauma.
Me, I'm just...
I think mine is a trauma because back in the day...
I'm happy to be here.
No, back in the day, my parents used to argue with me like that. Like they wouldn't argue back. So I'll never feel hard. Because they'd tell me, okay, I go argue or they find me in wrong. And I'm like, but daddy, I did this because of this. And they're like, okay. So you're left wondering, is he still mad? Am I off the hook? You get like you never know when it's over with you. Like with my dad, you never knew when it was over.
Even now,
till now,
you don't know.
Maybe until I realized he piles it up. So 4, 5, often 6. Now he sits you down. He's like, the first day you did this, the second day you did
those
this.
Ones are dangerous.
So that's why I like finishing an argument now. So let's both argue. We finish it. Don't be like, okay, babe, and then go. I'll be left wondering, is it over or are we still carrying it over to the next offense I'll commit?
Context.
Or it comes out the next time he's angry, he now has weapons to
that's the thing. Let's finish it now. I don't like waiting till, or I don't like the subtleness and the calmness or the nonchalance. I don't like that. I need to be digress.
Dr. Owen. I mean, the guys are quiet and I kind of feel like you have...
That was it's a very passive aggressive quip.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done.
That we didn't pick up on it.
You may digress. That's why you may realize this one. You may digress.
But it's okay. It gives context. So
the context is important.
That's why I start. And I always ask her the question: what is required of me in this conversation?
I don't know what is required of you.
What
Just
role,
react.
I mean, aside from you helping your friends, what role would you take in this situation where there's an argument between the two of you? do you fight back or do you listen to
Knowing the context now
Mm.
and the fear that she has, I will fight back.
But before you wouldn't.
Before I wouldn't, because I don't
never.
understand the context.
Even
You
knowing.
just take it and like, okay.
It's me realizing
And you see,
actually.
like, I'll not take it and then unfortunately bring it up later. Like, it'll be okay, fine. You may find makosa. But the thing is, I'll also expect you to hold such a standard. So if I'm bringing something, you will listen. So the same energy I'm giving you, like, I'll listen, I'll be calm and everything, and I'll take accountability and I'll apologize. It's the same energy I expect when now you've agreed to me.
But you haven't communicated that with her, have you?
Communicated what?
That expectation you've just said you have of her the next time.
No. Like, I'm giving the context of. Yeah.
We never
and even for him, like for the both of us, I would communicate. And even when I'm doing it, like I'll for starters, I learned this at a very early stage. You're already screaming, kicking and screaming. There's nothing we're doing. So all I need to is give you the reassurance, which is what she's not seeing in this case. And then thereafter, I will have, you see, I keep on saying the person who walks away from the conversation has the responsibility of bringing it back, but also in the realms of reasonability. So I'll be like, okay, now she's not the racist bulldog that she was, 10, 20, 30, two days ago. I'm like, okay, you felt ABC. Now this is in a context for, because this is different from what she said, for the two of us. And I'm like, you felt it was this, and this. I had this, and this, and this makes sense. This doesn't. For this, and this reasons. So it requires a lot of effort, a lot of being outside of yourself to have an ideal. But like he said, you'll never win. 3/4 of the time, you'll be facing conflict for doing, because when you do this, they want the other. You do this, they want the other.
That's actually true, because me realizing I also walk out of, so many times I walk out of arguments. But then, by the way, guys, I realized this about me 2 weeks ago during therapy. So it's not like I knew that's why I wanted people to retaliate. It's just I thought it's the best way for my arguments to be put across and me to be heard. Then now during therapy, we unearthed some things that I was like, this is why. This is why I like arguing and finishing it then, so that everybody gets out what is in their chest and we move. But also, when I'm super mad, because I know I can go below the belt, I walk out. And now it makes people even more angry because they want to also finish the conversation. But the thing is, I know myself. And I can't tell you, at that point, I won't be able to tell you I'm walking away because I'll go below the belt. I'll be too angry to speak. So
What do you mean by that?
Like, I'll unearth probably things that are not supposed to be unearthed. Or I'll
just use things against you.
Yeah,
okay.
maybe even
That would
insecurities
No,
against you.
the phrasing, going below the belt, unearthing things that should not be unearthed. Yes. It's like, knowing you, I'm like, we need to be clear about what exactly you're saying.
So as I finish that and then finish the last part of the episode 1, that's beautiful. Now, if you're with someone consistently, you should be able, when you're okay, to communicate the fact that when I'm walking away, this is why I'm walking away. And remember, once you're done being Dracula and stuff, you need to come back and apologize for walking away and actually handle it, because you left the conversation. Now, food for thought, do you do that? Now that's for you.
The thing is, sometimes I don't have time to explain to everyone. You get, like, the close people who know why I walk away. But now every Tom, Dick and Harry, conductor akusumbue saa you walk away. Kwani utabaki mwambie by the way unajua na walk away juu. But at that moment, you're too angry, maybe you'll do us. We'll become even violent in the streets. We're not trying to be violent over here. So I'll just walk away. Simple as that.
Context. Someone you care about, not conductor.
Yeah, people I care about. Context. Even you guys. Now you know.
Context.
And now I know, like,
now you know.
I'm feeling so...
Enlightened,
exactly.
All right. Well, I always knew, but she still gets mad at me. She changes. She goes changing. It's fine.
The butterfly.
But you see now when you're...
the butterfly.
When you have the context now, it becomes easier to...
I wish you well. I've had the context, but it's still exists. I wish you well. Anyways, so I guess now we found out why Konene writes the way she writes. She expresses. We figured out your blogs. I'll get back. I'll finish that one. We know why she wrote the book. Why do you write whatever forms of literary works we do? you can tell us why you write the blog as I get into the final part. Why do you do the blog? I know you're also not alone. Like you said, I did part of it once. I didn't even know. Which is funny, and I've read it.
I've always had this storytelling ability. Even Nikiwa Primo, just like yourself, you'll win these awards for compositions, for inches as well. I enjoy the languages as well, so it's a way of expressing myself and expressing ideas.
Okay.
Because a lot of the time I don't have a tangible control. I don't have tangible control of my reality. But you see, through my literary,
Yeah.
that one, through the works, then I'm able to create that reality. I'm able to create that world. I'm able to birth, whatever is in my mind, I'm able to put it out, and people find it entertaining. People find it inspiring, hilarious, and stuff.
And if I'm being honest, it's the only thing you can also control.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
I'm
can
started to understand this. The Lulu is a Solulu is not a thing that is a joke. You say it as a joke because that's exactly what that is. But
That's exactly what it is. Are you a firstborn?
No.
Okay.
Are you the last born?
No, I'm not. I'm a middle
You're
child.
the middle child.
Yes. I am. What is that reaction?
I also want to know.
Please inform. Yes.
I shall not.
Your cliffhanger.
But as we finish, as we're about to finish,
Nice.
what we'll get to why I reacted like that in the next episode. Why, being an author, have you been able to be compensated for your literary works? That's like, borrowing from what we do, what we be, who are we, and whatnot. Has it brought that side?
Being a first-time author, being self-published, have I made money from selling the book? I have. Mostly because my friends have supported me. In the last month, I've sold over 80 copies.
Damn.
And yes.
This support group, I think we need to...
No,
I need those people.
You're talking about 5 friends. You're talking 80.
No, 80 copies. Like she
That's
said.
the thing. So I'm
Each
thinking
person is selling
80
like
people actually.
But unaweza
bought.
pata anaweka kwa WhatsApp group anambia target zenu sasa.
I should probably do that, but
you're in sales, so
Upate kila mtu kwao ako na familia kama yenu.
context, I have 6 siblings. So if each person sells like 3 copies.
Akuli hiyo siku, akuli ugali mpaka kuja nyumbani. Yeah.
I have to earn their keep.
Exactly.
Which
But it's been good.
brings the new life. So yes, also your friends, so interesting.
Because I've gotten, some of my friends have started reading because I wrote. Some of them have been inspired to write their own. So it's that community. I like how shocked
Continue,
you were.
I'll explain.
So yes, I have been able to make money. If anything, I feel like everyone should write a book at this point, but it's been good.
But then unajua ni lunchtime, so
Yeah.
kauna feel
Ask
disrupt-
nicely. Be direct.
I want you to meet a cousin of mine, not because she's an
We
author,
lunch,
but
bana.
because you have the same character traits, but she's in a dark place. And I've tried helping her, and I'm realizing my input might not be the same because I'm in a bubbly part, so she feels like I'm just speaking because I'm happy, but I'm not necessarily that happy. But we cannot resonate. You get, yeah. So I hope you're ready.
I can't even be mad at that. But bro, lunch, I'm saying.
Lunch, it's lunchtime.
Aye.
Anyways, again, guys, ciao, adios. We shall remember the cliffhanger. Thank you.
Right. Yes, my love.